Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, don't kill me, but you know, COVID and everything that's been going on in the world. So in today's video we're going to be making some cheesy gooey garlic bread type dough balls. So I started by putting some garlic bulbs in the oven with a bit of olive oil, just chucking them in to have that really roasted, soft and subtle flavour of the garlic. We've got our parsley that I'm chopping up here. Fresh parsley is always better. It just tastes so much more fresh and more vibrant. So definitely make sure you're using fresh parsley. Got our spring onions, chop them up really fine. And once you've made these dough balls, you can actually just chuck them in the freezer and save them for a later date. That's what I tend to do. I made them fresh for you guys. So here we've got a bit of warm milk. Chuck that in the microwave for a little bit and add a tiny little bit of sugar, just so the yeast has got something to, I suppose, feed on. You want to set that to the side for about 10 minutes just to allow the yeast to grow and bubble up and do what it does. We've got our unsalted butter. I always try to use unsalted butter, trying to, you know, reduce the blood pressure and all of that, so the less salt the better. So for this vid, I'm using a stand mixer just because I have one, but you can of course do this just using a bowl and a whisk or just a bit of arm power and you'll be absolutely fine. So to your flour, you want to add in a little bit of your parsley and your spring onion, as well as your yeast and your milk mixture. A little bit of salt as well in there, and get that going for about 6 minutes, I want to say. Once your mixture starts to come together, you want to crack an egg in there. Just adds to the moisture of the dough and that vibrant colour as well. Trust me on this one, it will look really wet, but give it time. So as the dough starts to stretch and the gluten bonds and all of that good stuff starts to come together, your dough will start to come together as well. It is quite a soft dough, so don't be too scared, just give it the time that it needs. So you want to place your dough into a lightly greased sort of bowl and put it in a warm place for about an hour. So I've taken our garlic out of the oven. This smells amazing. Just freshly roasted garlic, and you're going to see I'm going to squeeze it all out, mash it all together. You can put it in the fridge, put it on some toast, like so many different things you can do with this. So definitely do more than you need and save it for a later date. So now we want to make our filling. I've got some mozzarella, we've got our parsley, spring onion. I put in a few chili flakes. Oh, and our roasted garlic as well. I use chipotle chili flakes because that's what I had. Whatever chili flakes sort of float your boat, chuck that in. Got some melted butter. This is to glaze the top of our dough balls. Garlic, spring onion. It's literally the same ingredients. Garlic, spring onion, parsley, and a bit of cheese. So we're going to glaze our dough balls with that. So this is our dough baby, and look how much it's risen. Like, you want to push out some of that air. I'm going to divide mine into 16 pieces. In hindsight, I could have divided it even smaller because they did come out quite big. But I suppose if you're having like a dinner party or whatever, you want sort of bite-sized pieces. So however many you can get out of your dough, that's what you need to do. You want to make them into sort of circular shape, fill them with about a spoonful of filling. Make sure that seal is tightly closed. Roll them back into a ball and pop them into your pan. I'd say for another 30 minutes just to allow them to grow a little bit. And it's just rinse and repeat at this point. Keep on filling until you've got no more bits of dough left. As I said, put them in your pan for half an hour to let them prove for a second time. And you also want to preheat your oven to about 200 degrees Celsius. So it's been about half hour. As you can see, our balls have risen a little bit. All I'm going to do is glaze them with our butter mixture. So this has just got the butter, the parsley, the garlic, the spring onion and the chilies, and our oven is already preheated, so just glaze it with that and pop them in the oven. Guys, the flavors that comes out of your oven once these are cooked, look at them, golden, juicy. You want to just go back in with that butter mixture and just glaze the top of it, just so it really soaks into the dough balls. Oh mate, ideally you want to eat these while they're fresh out of the oven, just so you've got that gooey cheese in the center. And as you're going to see in a minute, we're going to have that classic cheese pool. So thank you for watching. I hope this was easy to follow. Make sure you follow us on all of my socials, Jazzy's Kitchen on Insta and on YouTube.